psychology and have the upper hand. Hello ladies, welcome to my live. So I'm gonna wait for all of you to get the notification, and if you join late, don't worry, I'm gonna put or if you can't stay, I'm gonna put the replay on YouTube, okay, on my YouTube channel. So today I'm excited because I want to talk about many things. I want to talk about the male psychology, because a lot of women don't understand that men think differently, and there are some things that they do that you may not understand, and you may be, overthinking what they do or say. So I want to make it clear for you to understand, so that you can date from a place of confidence and have clarity. Okay? How are you, ladies? What are you up to? Where are you from? And I want to remind you that on Monday you're gonna have my Black Friday sale. So if you want to join my group coaching program because you have noticed that you struggle getting commitment with high value men, you get anxiety when you deal with men you really like, seeing them is hard, hearing from them is hard. It's hard for you, to get commitment, like, because you're attractive, so you get dates and all of that, but it's hard for you to be valued, and men tend to take you for granted. So yeah, my group coaching program will solve that. So how are you, ladies? Oh, thank you. Infinity is saying that she likes my channel name. Thank you. It was so obvious to me to use this, high value queens. What are you guys up to? Would you say that you know a lot about the male psychology already? Okay, let me... Oh, by the way, tell me what you think of the sound. Like, do you feel like it's better than before? Because I bought a new mic, from Rode. So yeah, I'm trying this out. I want to make, normal videos again. It takes me more time because I need, to prepare everything more and all of that. So yeah, this is why I try to jump in lives and do lives with you. Okay, let me okay, Ashley Danielle is asking me for advice because she has a date tonight and the man is older. Okay, give me 1 second and I'm gonna answer that. I just need to put the title of this live. How can we call it? Okay, understand the male psychology and get the upper hand. And I know that it might feel, a bit manipulative when you talk about getting the upper hand, because you are thinking, yeah, that's love, and things that are around love, commitment, and all of that. We want to be, authentic and all of that, which I think you need to be, authentic, vulnerable, and all of that. But you need to keep in mind that men have a strategy when they date, and they understand the female psychology well. You see, it's not that they're smarter than us. Far from it. It's just like, you see, men need to talk to many women to get one yes. So by interacting with women, by getting rejected and all of that, they start to understand how we work, and they also, and between themselves, like they tend to get more vulnerable and keep it real and share about what has worked and what didn't work, because you know that men are constantly chasing women, right? Maybe, and this is something that women think, yeah, it's only the low value men who chase women nonstop and all of that. But no, that's not that. All men are wired for the chase. Now some men will never dare to approach a woman, but that's just a very small part of the male population, because most of them are wired for that. Now you have multiple scenarios. Not all men will go for the women they find attractive 100% of the time. Sometimes they're gonna initiate, sometimes they won't. Okay, they are like that. Just like for you, right? Sometimes you go after what you want, sometimes you don't. That's the same thing. That's just part of being human. Sometimes you are shy, sometimes you are more confident, and yeah, that's it. Sometimes it depends on the moment as well. Like, think about it, like when you scroll on social media and you find a post nice, entertaining, and all of that, doesn't mean that you give it a like, you share it and all of that, and leave a comment all the time, right? Sometimes you don't even do it, but it doesn't mean that you it doesn't mean that you didn't find it, great. Well, that's the same thing for men. Sometimes they look at you, they'll tell themselves, oh yeah, she's beautiful and all of that, but it doesn't mean that they will initiate with you all the time. So you see, your job here is to make yourself more approachable, and one thing that you can start doing already is spending more time with a smaller group. So alternate between spending time with a friend or two instead of going out with all of your friends all the time, and also like try to do like some activities alone, because you are easier to approach when you are on your own. And not it's not actually that like what you need to understand is like it's easier for a man to approach you when no one else is around. So it can be your friends, but also other people, because his biggest fear isn't even you rejecting him. His biggest fear is other people seeing him being rejected. You see, and that's the reason why you see a lot of men, slide into your DMs and all of that, because it doesn't hurt them much, because via Instagram, while getting rejected, like no one sees them being rejected. So you see, does that make sense to you? Hello everyone, new people are joining. Don't worry if you missed the beginning, I'm gonna put it on YouTube. It's gonna go live tomorrow, okay? So yeah, this is one of the challenges that they have. And there is something that happened to a friend of mine, and I want to share it with you because I think many of you can relate to that. So she met an athlete a while ago, and doesn't live in Paris. He lives in another city, and he was about to come to Paris, and he told her like the day before, oh hi, I'm gonna be in Paris tomorrow. Maybe we can meet at 11 p.m. At my hotel. And she was like, oh Eunice, look at what he sent me, blah blah. And I was like, okay, this guy isn't serious, because he can't be asking you out the day before, and also like 11 p.m. like that's not a man who is serious about you. She still wanted to answer, and I told her like, okay, listen, tell him this. Thank you for asking me out. Unfortunately, last minute dates with me are impossible because I have a busy schedule. If you are willing to come back to Paris next weekend, then that's fine. But otherwise, no, I'm not able to be available this late and last minute like that. And he said, I understand. Unfortunately, I'm just there tomorrow. So yeah. And here what I want to teach you is that sometimes the win isn't about him changing his mind and stepping up his game, in the sense where he's gonna say, okay, I'm gonna come next weekend, I'm gonna take you to that high-end restaurant and all of that. What I want you to understand is like you need to be able to spot men who are wrong for you fast. Okay? So here the win is her sharing and communicating her standards and boundaries, and not making herself available like that. You see, this is a win as well. And when you practice that enough, you become more confident. You see, and this is the reason why I'm able to coach you, because I'm able to keep you accountable, because I know, and she's a friend, so I'm always there for her, but I know that on her own she would have go. You see, and it's not about judgment, but I know that when it's like an athlete, is a top athlete and all of that, you can be impressed by that, and I can understand why, right? When you don't have that abundant mindset, and you want a provider because he has the money and all of that, but it doesn't mean that's gonna treat you right, and you are laying down the right foundations. So this is a work that we do when I coach you, and I'm always with you, in the WhatsApp group and all of that, to keep you accountable and make sure that you are following the steps in the right order. Just like with cooking, you need to follow the recipe as it is, laid out for you, so that you don't make mistakes. So really, oh, that's crazy. What's the high maintenance? There is something that showed up and said high maintenance. Okay, I don't know how I did that, but yeah, whatever. Maybe it's an option that you can do now on Instagram. I don't know. Maybe it's one of you who wrote that. Okay, never mind. So yeah, this is something that I really want you to consider. Like, if you want to level up and you want to be perceived, as a high value woman, it starts by getting rid of the wrong men. Okay, and when you do the things that I asked my friend to do, you increase your perceived value. Like, you raise your perceived value in the entire consciousness. This is what I want you to understand. Maybe you aren't a spiritual person, which is fine, but I am spiritual, so I teach you femininity from my perspective, and I teach you self-confidence from my perspective as well. When you communicate your boundaries, your standards, and you say what you want, little by little it becomes who you are, and you won't need me to be there with you after a certain period of time. After a certain period, I learned that you can't be saying period of time because it's like repeating yourself. So yeah, after a certain period, you become, totally autonomous, and you're able to feel confident without the help of a coach. So yeah, I really encourage you to invest in my group coaching program for this Black Friday, and I discounted it heavily. Like, you get a 60% discount, so it means that normally it's 3K, and now you have it for less than 1K, and you have a 6 months payment plan. So honestly, like, next Monday, if you are part of my mailing list already, and if you aren't, please send me a DM, because I'm gonna send you the direct link to join my mailing list, and on Monday you will be able to join. Okay, so yeah, so I want to move to the next point. I took some notes, and I want to mention a win for my client. So when she came to me, she was dealing with a bad breakup, and she has been seeing that guy for 1 year. Well, they were committed to one another, but he wasn't in love. She was, doing the masculine job, chasing him and all of that, and he would not make any effort. And yeah, when she came to me, she was like very sad from the breakup, because she still had, some feelings for him. She would do some on and off, telling herself it's over, and then texting him again for coffee, because they were friends as well. And lately she messaged me to say that the feelings that she had for him are slowly but surely wearing off. And the first time she sent me that message, I was saying myself, okay, let's see if she's able to feel the same thing for an extended period. Because you see, sometimes when we deal with breakups, on some point we're like, okay, I'm over him, and then the feelings come again, you see. But this time, like, she's really over him, and I'm super happy, because I haven't been, coaching her for a long period. She's a recent client, so I'm really glad. I'm really glad to see that she's able to move on and gain her confidence again. And yeah, this is how important it is for you to have a coach, because a coach will help you heal. Because right now you're trying to figure out on your own, and you aren't able to see, like, what's like in your healing journey, to accelerate the process. Because you see, in the past, she would wake up, think about him, be sad and all of that, overthink and all of that, and now when she wakes up, she doesn't think about him at all. So this is a big win, and if you are dealing with that, I want you to know that I'm proud of you. Okay. And today I wanted to talk as well about something that men do when you are, their do you say sex friend or fuck buddy in your country? Let me know in the comment section. Like, what do you say? I know that we have a movie. I believe it was an American movie called Sex Friends, and I know that when it was out, I was in high school. So yeah, but I believe maybe in North America you say fuck buddy. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this in on YouTube, but yeah, never mind. And yeah, there is one thing that men do when you guys are in a situationship, and he tells you, and initially the deal was like, okay, let's keep it light. Yeah, let's keep it light. It's just gonna be casual hookups, and that's the deal that you have. And then at some point it tells you that you need to stop seeing one another, because it's starting to get serious. You see, this is what they tell you. It's starting to get serious, and in your head you are confused and all of that, and you don't understand what's happening. And then he's saying that, but at the same time it also tells you that, yeah, I don't want you to see other men. If you go on dates with other men, let me know. Can you relate to that? Or they disappear and then they come back again, but they invest in little ways. Hi, happy birthday, or they like your stories, they still watch your stories and all of that. And you see, when this happens, you are confused, right? And I want to explain what's happening in his mind. So when he tells you that, yeah, we need to stop seeing one another because it's getting serious, but at the same time he's still there, he's still in the corner, what's happening is that he noticed that you were starting to fall for him, and he doesn't want commitment, you see. So when he removes himself like that, what he does is like, when you cook, when you try to cook pasta, and the water is boiling and all of that, and you have water everywhere, what you do is like you reduce the intensity of the fire, right? This is the same thing men do when they tell you this, when they tell you like, okay, we need to stop seeing one another because it's starting to get serious. They notice that you were starting to fall for them, you see. And at the same time, like, they enjoy the sex with you, and they don't want to hurt you at the same time. So they think, okay, she's starting to fall in love, I don't want to hurt her feelings and all of that, so I'm gonna slow things down. Like, it's like a kind of strategy to see if you can stop loving them this much, and then when the intensity is lower, they can come back again for sex, you see. So this is how it works for them. And yeah, I really want to keep it real with you, and I also want to empower you, because this is what I do when I teach you about the male psychology. You stop overthinking things and you understand what's happening. And you see, when dating, the person who has the upper hand is the person who thinks clearly. This is the reason why you see, before sex, the girl is thinking clearly and the guy isn't. So before sex, you see, like, you have the upper hand, and after sex, when and what I want to say is that most women, they stop thinking clearly when the sex is great. But for men, it's the opposite. It's after sex that they wonder, okay, do I really like her personality? After sex, this is really when they start wondering if they really like you as a person, you see. And you need to make sure that sex doesn't happen fast enough, doesn't happen too fast, because you really need them to fall for you. And you have ways to build a genuine connection fast, and this is something that we work on in my group coaching program. And for those of you who just joined the live, I have a promotion that's gonna go live on Monday for Black Friday. You're gonna get 60% off on my group coaching program. So yeah, make sure you are part of my mailing list, because this is where you're gonna get all the information. And if you aren't part of my mailing list, shoot me a DM and I'm gonna send you a DM. I'm gonna send you the link to register. Okay, it's completely free, and every week as well, you get exclusive tips on femininity. You get to understand the male psychology better. So yeah. So what I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna scroll up and down to see if you guys dropped any questions, so that I can answer one on each one of them. So Ashley was asking, yeah, I'm 23 and going on date tonight with a 35 years old. Okay, any advice? I want to know, are you still a student? I'm always a bit worried when I see that there is a big age difference, because you are 23, 35 is a bit old. And yeah, if it's great, that all that matters, but sometimes older men go for younger women because women of their age don't want them. So yeah, be careful. Okay, I really want you to vet him hard and to not sleep with him unless he's like, committed to you, providing, and all of that. How to deal with men who always want to split the bill. You don't have to deal with them. Okay, you don't have to deal with them, and of course, like, if you don't know them well, you're gonna discover on the first date that they want to split the bill, and this is all the information that you need, and this is all the dates that you need. Okay, you give him one chance, and if you see that he wants to split the bill, then this is the first and the last time you hang out with him. Okay, so I need to go now, but yeah, I'm gonna put the replay on YouTube. I'm gonna put a replay on YouTube and on Instagram as well, maybe on Saturday, so that you can watch this over the weekend. Okay, thank you so much, ladies, for tuning in, and yeah, let's chat soon. Bye bye.